Okay, take two. I don't know what happened. My laptop froze while I was speaking, so hopefully everybody returns. Let me just send out the call. Let me get some of this stuff out of here. Let me close some of these windows, might help. Okay. That was the freakiest thing. All right. Let's send out the all call. Okay, so we're going to try this again. What was I talking about before I got cut off? Oh, I'll just reiterate. If you're taking the time to educate yourself to become a better ally, thank you. Tanya, hi. Okay, I'm glad you're back. I don't know what happened. My laptop just froze and decided that it was no longer in the mood. But we are back. And we are going to have a good time tonight because it's Friday. It's 6:45 over here on the left coast. The sun is still shining. I have a few things I want to talk to you guys about tonight. The first thing I want to do is apologize for my lack of content this week. I promised so many things. I managed to get my review of Sunshine up. I wanted to do a video about Lele Pons and her YouTube series, not her series, her documentary, docu-series, as it were, especially this last episode, because I really believe it's the heart of the entire series and why it's being made, but that's just my personal opinion. I also wanted to do a video explaining how I feel after a year of not having sex. And I had all the joy sucked out of me this week with the, let's call them what they are, lynchings happening around the country. One that happened in my neighborhood. You know, it happened in Palmdale, California. That's where my job is. And it shook me. It shook me to my core. And you know, yesterday I cried a few times because a lot of things are just building up. You know, it didn't just start with it, you know, with George Floyd. And, you know, on the other side of it, you also have Black men out here disrespecting Black women. So it put me in a really, really down, defeated place, because it's like, you know, who's really there to protect me, you know? And then thinking more broad, you know, when this is all over, as far as like coronavirus and things, I do want to date. I'm 38. I want to get out there. I want to meet my person. But this kind of stuff kind of makes you think, like, there are significant hurdles that Black women tend to have when dating, when searching for a partner. And this is kind of bringing all of that to the forefront of my mind. So that put me in a really dark place. And this morning I just woke up and I was like, you know, I'm tired of having my joy stolen. Thank you. You know, I'm tired of waking up sad every morning. I'm tired of living in fear. And I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I will be cautious. I will take precautions, but I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to be quiet. That's just not who I am. If you know me, I'm not a quiet person, but I want to be happy. And that's one of the things that gave me my strength back a couple of weeks ago when a friend said to me, Black joy is radical. And I'm going to be happy because I know nothing makes somebody a hater or racist. Excuse the dog barking because somebody decided to come home. Goodness, pancakes. Cakes, enough. Sad thing is her dad's home and trying to sleep. He's got to work late tonight. Anyway. Come here. Hey. Come here. Anyway. Nothing makes... No, Tanya, you told me on Twitter that you've had a... No, you've had a really rough week at work, so it's fine. Stop, Pancakes. Come here. Come here. This one. Come here. Anyway. Stop. So I woke up this morning, found a cute wig, did my makeup, danced around my room, and decided that I'm going to be happy no matter what. Stacia! Hi, baby. So today was actually a really, really good day. Today was a really good day. Going on Facebook and seeing so many people speak about Juneteenth, educate themselves and educate others on Juneteenth. People that I never expected to speak out or say anything. People who have stayed silent in the past have been sharing and educating and being allies, and that means the world to me. So that was a bright spot. Another bright spot was, so I got this bracelet today from a friend of mine. He's one of my oldest friends. Like, I don't know if I've shared this. I grew up in Virginia. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before. But this is a dude I've known since, oh my God, middle school. And I'm a 38-year-old woman now. So over 30 years, this man has been in my life. And he sent me this bracelet. He was very excited to send me this bracelet, even sent me the tracking information, but wouldn't tell me what it was. And this bracelet says, I can do this all day. And if you know me, you know that's Captain America's line. And I love Captain America, and I love the actor who plays Captain America. I have a Captain America ring on. Quick side note, I feel like if I were ever to meet Chris Evans in the flesh, I would have to hide this. And he couldn't see my phone because he's my lock screen. So it's I was Captain America. I love you as an actor. Yeah. So we'd see how that would pan out. I wouldn't want him to think I'm a freak. Anyway, but yeah, getting this, I got this. I finally checked the mail, I want to say about 3 or 4 hours ago, and I got this, and I've been wearing it since. And I want to read to you what my friend said to me when I went to thank him for the bracelet. He said, "You're one of my oldest and closest friends." For context, this is a white dude, okay? He said, "You're one of my oldest and closest friends. We have had our differences, and I've been a jackass sometimes, but I love you so much. The friendship you've given me all this time has been so helpful, and I want to be that friend to you too. If you feel alone and afraid, you look at your wrist. You can do this all day. You don't give up. You don't back down, and you don't hide from anything because you're a bad motherfucker. You are Janet and Samuel L. and Lizzo and Malcolm all rolled into one. You look at your wrist and remember that's me holding your hand through this shit. I don't have the right words all the time, but I'm here." And I'm like, trying not to cry because my makeup is flawless right now. And I cried enough yesterday. But knowing that I have friends like that and a very powerful physical reminder, that's helping me get through this. All of you who have been sending me messages, who have sent me videos, who have texted me, called me, checked on me, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. It's meant the world to me, and it's made me feel valuable and worthy. I mean, I know those are heavy words because they do carry a lot of weight for me, but it's the truth. Yesterday, I felt worthless. It was like, we've got Black men throwing Black women in dumpsters and laughing about it. You know, there's a video somewhere, thank the gods I haven't seen it. There's a video somewhere of a Black man hitting a Black woman in the face with a skateboard, and his friends are laughing with him about it, you know? And it's like, we Black women do so much for our people, and it's not reciprocated, and that can make you feel really low. But I have people who show me daily that I am worthy, that I'm loved, that I have, I don't want to say have worth because I don't want to repeat myself, but that I have purpose, which leads me to my next, my little next topic. So I was listening to End of Time, like many people on this planet. One of my favorite artists is Beyonce. And I was listening to End of Time today, and I was reminded of something that is kind of fitting for today. It's fitting because it involves somebody saying that a Black woman should not do something, and it involves my love of all things geek. So I have a video about the entire beginning and end of this story because there's a lot. It's a 30-minute video on my channel called My Geek Sync Journey. But since we got the time, I'll tell you the story now. I'll give you the abridged version. So in New York, I was part of a group known as Gay Geeks of New York, GGNY for short. And for 3 years, we had a, hey, Christina, there was a drag competition called Geek Sync. So you have everybody in costume, lip syncing for their life. And it was so much fun. I competed, I think, the second year and came in third place. And I wasn't going to do it the following year, which ended up being my last year in New York. I was like, I'm just not going to do it because I was still kind of bitter from losing. AJ actually won the second year and then hosted the year that I competed again, because I ended up competing again because him and the first year's winner, my friend Megami DeVille, that's her drag name, decided to hound me until I agreed to participate. And I was still in my feelings about coming in third. I was like, I don't want to do it again. But AJ told me just to go and do it because, you know, you love performing and that's really all you have to focus on. Just focus on the performance. I was like, okay. Took a while to convince me. And then Megami came in and he convinced me too. So what I started doing was I was going to base an entire routine on Storm from the X-Men. I already had the costume. I remembered that Beyonce had gone as Storm for Halloween the previous year. So I was like, why not? Let's do a whole Geek Sync routine with different songs from Beyonce, basically playing out her love story between her and Black Panther. T'Challa, yes. AJ's over there. But in the midst of me trying to pull all of that together, there was a show on, does the DC app still exist?
It's a very good question, but at the same time, it was just started. The DC streaming service. Yeah,
the DC comic streaming service. And they had just announced the cast for Titans, which was a show based on the Teen Titans. And if you know anything about the Teen Titans, you know the character of Starfire. She is an alien from a planet called Tamaran, and her skin is orange. So she could literally be played by anybody. And they cast a Black woman, a Starfire. And this actress, I still don't know her name, but she is gorgeous, okay? So apparently, since, you know, fanboy's gonna fanboy, people decided to bombard this actress with racist and hateful comments simply because she was cast in a show. So one of my acquaintances posted about it, and he was like, I hate the fact that this is happening, that people are like running her off of social media simply because she was cast in this show. She's not hurting anybody. And then there was a dude by the name of S. I say his name in the video because I really don't care. I'll probably slip up and say it, and I don't care because it's not like he's gonna come for me. But AJ's joining us.
I mean, if you don't want me to.
No, it's fine. No. Oh, we're both wearing red. I love it.
I figured I would match.
Thank you. Your blonde looks great against my purple. So yeah, I'm gonna say it. Just screw it. His name is Sergio, and he commented on my friend's post. He was like, Starfire, he's like, my problem with her is that Starfire is supposed to be drop dead gorgeous. She's supposed to be one of the most beautiful women in the universe. She's supposed to be irresistible. She's supposed to have men falling at her feet. And I don't get that from this actress. And my acquaintance was like, yeah, okay, but would you send her racist, hateful comments? He's like, no, I just wouldn't have cast a black woman. Basically saying that a black woman is not beautiful enough to have men falling at her feet. She's not beautiful enough to play a superhero. She's not beautiful enough to play a character who has orange skin.
And fire red hair.
So I was so...
And green glowing eyes.
And green glowing eyes.
And energy blasts firing from her hands.
No, not all the time.
Sometimes it's her eyes.
So I've played Injustice. Anyway, I was so irate. I was so enraged that I decided, because I try very hard to protect my peace. I try very hard to not engage with internet idiots. So I was like, you know what? Let me go find a Starfire costume, and I'm going to enter this contest, this Geek Sync contest, as Starfire. So if his ass comes to the show, I'm gonna work it into my routine where I walk out to the floor and kick him in the chest. Dare him to say that a black woman isn't beautiful enough to play this character to my face.
Now, granted, a contestant beating an audience member,
I would have been disqualified, but it would have been worth it. It would have been worth it. Maybe I would have done it after. It's not like they could take it back. Anyway, so I figured out the songs that I wanted. I kind of figured out like where I wanted things to cut. Because with normal drag shows, if you've been to one, they don't just do one song. If they do, they break it up in some way. So for a lot of drag performers, what you do is multiple songs that kind of have a theme. And it's funny now that I listen to the track, because one of the songs in my routine was Rhythm Nation, talking about social injustice and look at what's happening now. So it was actually...
Why? What's happening now?
Listening to End of Time, and then that led me to listening to the mix that this one ended up making for me. And I watched my video and I say it. I remember when you and I were trying to figure out exactly how to get the mix, and I told you to cut out an entire song and you didn't listen to me, you just cut it down.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm glad he didn't listen to me.
It's probably this, Taurus stubbornness or something?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But it made so much sense. And long story short, we have some amazing talent in GGNY. I won first place. With my Starfire routine. And it felt so good. And I took the mic. Somebody says people, I don't remember, because I remember when they said my name, it felt like the way people describe how time kind of slows down after somebody says, will you marry me? Like you hear everything in slow motion.
It's like, and the winner is...
Like that's literally how it happened. I don't remember. It's like, would you like to say anything? Because Megami was on it. Like she already knew what the tea was. She knew what the tea was. You wanted to
say what you wanted to say, and you said what you said.
And I said what I said. You can suck my dick from the back. And I had to thank him, because had he not made that ignorant comment, I wouldn't. There are a few things I rehearse for in life, okay? A lot of times, and I'll just say, like, if I have an audition or something, a lot of times I'll wing it. Oh no, I wanted to be on point for this performance. Anytime I was alone, anytime I had free time, when I was waiting for the train or the bus, I was rehearsing my routine. And
now, when you did your first time at Geek Sync, the year that I had won, did you rehearse that or did you wing that?
I rehearsed it like a couple of days before.
Uh-huh.
But after you finalize the mix and send it to me, I rehearsed. This is the second one.
No, I'm talking about
the first one,
the Dr. Who belly dance one.
Oh, that one, yeah, I definitely rehearsed. But the first, and wasn't that the variety show?
Oh, wait, was it?
Yeah, because for my first Geek Sync, I was Garnet.
That's right. That's right. You did a Steven Universe number.
Yeah, and I still have my Steven Universe outfit, but I was so elated. And then I watched my video again about this, and I remember Bella Noche coming up to me and saying that she wanted me to take me under her wing. Cody, another judge, another drag queen, came up to me and said that he wanted to start booking me at Rock Bar. And I was like, I'm not a drag queen, but that's fine. Well, no, drag queen would be a male impersonator.
Oh, okay.
I'm not hiding these.
It was funny because we had only just recently started getting to know Bella before we left, and she came to you and she said that, and then she also came up to me because that was the first time she ever saw me doing any puppetry. Right. And she's like, I didn't realize that you did puppetry, and I want to work with you too. And now all the way over.
Oh, now we're here. But it makes me, to tie it all into everything. Yeah, go ahead. It makes me feel. Let me hold up. The M&Ms. The one thing I said at the end of the video is that it was very affirming to have people tell me that they loved what I did and that they wanted to work with me and they wanted to see me grow as a performer. Nick and Patrick came up to me and they were like, never stop performing, never stop cosplaying. We want to see you go further. And I'm like, well, the only reason I gave that up was because we moved. And then COVID.
Which really put an end to everything.
Everything.
Or halted it.
Yeah. It's a pause is what it is. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And yeah, I want to get back into cosplay. I want to start performing again. I don't know how I would do that, but I miss performing. I miss going to karaoke. But that's
karaoke.
It's weird to say that's what I feel like I was meant to do.
Karaoke?
No, it was performing. Because I'm a 38-year-old woman. And it's not like
living in a lonely world.
Stop it. I don't think I'm too old to pursue that dream. It's just, wanting to do it for so long. And I mean, I'm here in LA. There's really no, I do stuff to draw attention to myself anyway. Look at this hair. So,
this isn't just a chill in, although it might be. Would you? What? Do you ever wear wigs just to chillaxing?
I've done full face and hair, and those last 2 months just sat in the house, had a cute outfit on, and just went from the bedroom to the living room.
That's true. So you wore this ball gown just to make a bowl of cereal.
It's not a ball gown.
Okay,
it might not sundress.
No. For whose son?
Lisa Evans' son. How about that? And let me tell you, like I said, I'm really proud of, I'm going to say it, of my husband and my brother-in-law, Chris and Scott Evans, out here shouting Black Lives Matter loud and proud. I'm so proud of them.
We could hear them all the way from here.
And Scott hasn't let up. Scott is still like, you know what? It's Juneteenth. It's a wonderful day to arrest the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor. I'm like, I love you so much, Scott. Thank you.
I think my brother Joshua said the same thing.
Mm-hmm. AJ's brothers have stepped all the way up.
I'm so proud of them.
Very, very proud of them.
Terrified also, but
Yeah.
I think we all are.
Well, Joshua, I think, can handle himself.
Jeremy could too, I think.
Yeah.
They are both Johnny's children and my mother's children.
I believe they would throw hands if they really had to.
They are like mix of Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican scrappiness.
I might send you, because Jeremy follows me on all of my socials, so I might send Jeremy a message when we're done.
Hi, Jeremy.
He's not watching this. Just a poke at him.
You never know who's watching.
But
no, they're all little brothers.
He's the oldest of all of his brothers.
Oldest. I'm an old man.
But I really do feel like that part of my life is there for a reason, and I really want to explore it more. So we'll see. Like, again, that's one of the reasons I do YouTube, besides the fact that I love the sound of my own voice. I'm kidding, I don't. I do have stuff to say. I love sharing with you guys. Thank you for those of you who have stuck by me. I know Butterbean said she's been around me. She found me after the Trisha thing, and she loves my Henry Cavill story.
Butter what?
Butterbean.
Butterbean, that's cute.
Thank you guys for sticking around. I know, like I said, my content has been few and far between. I'm coming back, guys. I'm trying so hard to keep pushing forward. It's just been difficult, but we're here, and I'm going to keep doing me, because again, I want my channel to grow. I would love to do lives and see like more than 10 people in the room. I would love for my platform.
How many we have?
Well, now it's 6.
Oh.
I would love for my platform to grow and to lead to opportunities outside of YouTube. Well, I just have to keep pushing. It's not going to happen if I'm only posting like once a week and having only those videos be Chris Evan reviews. But even still, like the movie I picked, okay, I'm going to share this real quick, and then I'm going to get into something else. It's going to be a little bit of a rant.
It's going to be a different category about Chris Evans for wedding tackle. I get you.
Ain't nobody talking. No, anyway.
No, wedding tackle. It's like when you're about to say I do, and you just bum rush the guy. Wedding tackle. Tackle.
Tay, watch the video I posted on my Facebook page. Excuse me. Oh, I will, babe. Mm-hmm. So the con. Listen, it's distracting me. So something really funny has been happening with my Chris Evans reviews. I don't know. It just seems a little too coincidental. So after my Snowpiercer review, I was like, let me watch Sunshine next, because that was another movie that Chris said he wished more people had seen. And I was like, but no, let me go ahead and stick to picking them randomly from my cup. Mm-hmm. And the next movie I picked was Sunshine.
I think the cup is biased.
Oh. So thank you, sweetheart. I know you're one of my biggest supporters. Like I said this morning, I don't know what I did to deserve you, but I'm really thankful for you.
I think it was a sacrifice. Someone's missing a chicken.
You see, I almost ordered wings too. So I'm sorry, babies.
No, you're not.
No,
you said that's what I get.
I mean, I take that. I retract that statement.
And the pain.
And the pain. I'm sorry. But what else? But so this week, as I was scrolling through Twitter, as I do way too often, I see a clip on my other account, which is my After Dark account. I see a clip. I missed one. I saw a clip of Chris Evans talking about, I finally remember the character's name, Lucas Lee. He plays Lucas Lee in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And he's basically just talking about the role and how everybody said it was a perfect fit for him because the guy's a bit of a jerk and he's over the top. And Chris is like, I don't know how to take that if everybody's telling me it's a perfect job for me. And as I'm watching this clip, I'm like, watch the next movie I picked be Scott Pilgrim. So I literally have my hand in the cup for like 2 minutes just shifting around. Pick the movie, open the piece of paper. It's Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I'm like, really? Really, universe? I just want to sign. I want to sign that Chris is going to see this series and call me on Skype and talk to me about it. That's all. Well, maybe Skype, maybe in person if he finds it after quarantine. Maybe Skype first, and then in person.
What I need you to do is use this coincidental power of yours at the gas station with the scratch-off cards. Like, I need you to hold up, like, 3 and say, these aren't going to win. New TV.
AJ needs a new TV because we both want. I want one too.
You want a new TV too?
I want a new TV and I want a PS5.
You know, my friend of mine.
Because there's no guarantee that you're going to live with me after.
Did I tell you how much that TV was?
What TV?
Okay, so a friend of mine from my old puppet ministry, who.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about that.
He recommended a TV that he got for himself when he got the PS4 or something, and it's it's lasted for a good while. And he told me the specs about it, like it's 20-something p 4K UHD ABC 1 2 3 and it. You know what? Joke's over.
Okay.
So it was an old OLED television, all these high specs, and apparently the PS5, where we have like HDMI cables and stuff. So the HDMI cables, I think, are like 2.0 and under.
Right.
Whereas the PS5 and the new Xbox is going to be 2.1. So, and that's the cable it'll come with. So it helps to have a TV that is able to handle that.
Right.
I looked on Amazon for a TV with these specs, and it was already showing $1,500 something, $1,700 something. So nobody better run into that television. I paid nearly $2,000 for that TV.
I can't have that.
I can't have that.
So yeah, no, I think that's what I'm going to put out into the universe. Skype call first, then in-person meeting.
Oh, for Chris Evans?
For Chris, yes.
Oh, you're going to get the in-person first.
How do you know?
Because it's your coincidental power. Be like, I'd love to have a Skype meeting, and then we'll meet in person. Just nonchalant. Hey, Mr. Evans. Chris Evans.
He strikes me as the type of dude who would be like, Mr. Evans is my father. Call me Chris. I feel like he'd be that type of dude. Or my father, because, he's from Boston.
Paps.
Anyway, God, I cannot get through a live without talking about Chris. My God, I'm going to try to not do that.
You can't get through a day.
You said.
It's not like I said hour. I gave you space. 24 hours.
I'm not calling Chris daddy outside of the bedroom. I thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can't get through a day. You know what?
If he's wearing blue, we call him Papa Smurf.
No, because that man is 6 foot tall.
Ooh, that's a Gargamel.
Ain't nothing Smurf.
Look at the shenanigans that I bring to your life. I'm so sorry.
Is this payback?
Should I leave?
No, you shouldn't leave. I want to know if this is payback.
We were so off center.
Oh.
Hold on.
Sorry, guys. We're going to adjust.
There you go.
There we go. Is this payback for me?
Which time? Which part?
When is this payback for me saying that your Switch is biased?
No, I thought we already fixed that because my Switch let you win a couple things.
No, I hadn't even said it that day. I let it go. It was the other one who said that. My
lovely roommates think that my Switch is biased because I won a few times on Mario Party.
Before any of us did. It was quite a few times in a row. And now it decided, and now it's warmed up to us, so it's letting us win now.
Letting them, because it's alive.
Alive. I'm just saying. Anyway, so okay, to get to my little rant, another fave of mine, Bradley Martin. Stacia's still in here. But yes, so he tweeted and then deleted about him testing positive for COVID-19.
Mm-hmm. Now, why? What could he have possibly done to have opened himself to possible contamination? Okay, what could he have done?
Well, where are you going?
To get more enough.
Okay. Well, see, Brad had difficulty keeping his gym closed. He didn't want to keep it closed. He decided that his gym was an essential business, and he wanted people who wanted to work out to have a place to come and work out. So he kept his gym open. Not only did he allow people to come to the gym, he decided to travel. He traveled to Vegas, and then he decided to travel across country to Florida and back.
The petri dish of the South.
So the funny thing is, when he tweeted, "Yo, I tested positive for COVID," I contained myself because I wanted to be petty as hell. But a few people said what I wanted to say, like, nobody told you to travel across country, Brad. Nobody told you to let people in your gym during the pandemic, sir. You know, and today he tweeted, you know, "I just want to go to the gym." And I was like, you know, I was sweet. I quote tweeted it and I was like, "Soon, sweetheart, soon." But then again, I was like, well, you know, had you just followed the rules, you would probably be able.
But these rules are against our Constitution, Tay. I don't want to have to wear a mask because of my rights, my constitutional rights, United Statesal rights.
United Statesal.
Yes, yes, my imbecilic rights.
Imbecilic. I love that word. I so rarely get to use it in a sentence.
I mean, why else would these rules be in place, Tay, other than to take my life away from me? Nothing to say, nothing to comment.
United facial rights. I mean, I
behold the flag. United facial rights.
You know, Brad is another one I want to sit down with because Bradley Martin is 7 years younger than me.
Is that because he needs to have a seat?
No, he needs to go to the Staples Center and have every single seat in the arena because he doesn't know how to sit still, which is why he got COVID. And the fact that he deleted it, it was like, you know, he could use that. He could really use that, you know, if he's worried about views and stuff. Like, he posted a Black Lives Matter Black Square on Blackout Tuesday, and then he deleted that too, and then posted it without comments. He turned off the comments. So it's like, dude. Okay. So I want to sit him down because I feel like he's hanging out with people that are in their 20s, like they're 10 years younger than him. I feel like he's not the same Brad that I started following. And I'm like, dude, I connected with you because you seemed like the real deal. You were just a down dude who wanted to help people. Now it's all about, you know, we have the content house. It's like he's another version of the Paul brothers, and you know, by having a house that you know to make content in, and we're doing these things, and it's all right to diversify your portfolio and do different things, especially with YouTube. But it's like
portfolio.
I don't know why I can say portfolio, but portfolio just sounds. I like that better.
But it's Bradley Martin. I don't know. Can we say portfolio? Will that be demonized? Demonized.
I don't know if it's a midlife crisis time. I want to sit down and talk to him. Like, hey, what's tea? I need to know, why are you like this?
Now that is a full but fair question for many people across this realm of reality.
It is.
Like, I'm still. What did I say? I'm here. Here come the aliens. Next, so my mom had posted on Facebook a picture of, or an article with a picture of like a black hole with all these lights swirling around it that astronomers noticed in space. And I said, well, after everything we've gotten so far, it makes sense that the aliens are coming, probably to pick up their kid from when they went on that White House tour. And he became president.
I like that. There's some, but yeah, like, I don't know if Brad would listen to me because, one, I'm an older woman. I'm 7 years older than him. Maybe he'd listen. I don't know. He doesn't seem to be listening to common sense right now. He's just going to do what he wants to do. Obviously, he doesn't know who Tay Del is. He should.
He might listen to you, though. If he likes hanging out with like 20-somethings with all that melanin, you could pull it off.
Just tell him I'm 24.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just feels so weird. That, like, it's like when you watch a YouTuber when they're just making videos in their room, and then like 3 years later, they're like, "Here's my closet tour with all my Louis Vuitton bags and all my Gucci bags," and so you feel like they're not relatable. Mm-hmm. It's not exactly the same thing with Brad, but it's like I can tell the difference in his personality. Like, this is not the same dude who, while I was walking to therapy one day, I clicked on a video of his, and it was him the day Mac Miller died. Mac Miller was a rapper. And
thank you, because I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. And he died of a drug overdose. And Brad was on camera weeping and, you know, talking about how he struggled with depression and anxiety and how he's been going to therapy and how, you know, encouraging people and saying, you know, please get help if you're feeling low, like you matter, it does get better, da, 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 da. I'm like, that was only about a year ago. Mm. It was over a year ago because I ended therapy at the end of April in 2019. And that was one of my last sessions when I was watching that video. So that had to be March or April. And I'm like, dude, I don't see those motivational videos from him anymore. I barely see fitness content from him anymore. And it's like, I know he traveled so that he could create content, but it's still like, you were out here wrestling alligators, you were out here fishing, nobody was wearing a mask, like.
But the one thing that you could probably be certain of, if he ever did a tour of his room, you will not be seeing Gucci or Coach or Prada, any sorts of bags or book bags or glasses in his room, because he probably still hasn't even bought a bed frame or a dresser.
And that's the thing, like, I'm not seeing any videos with Dom, I have more respect for now. Real name, Mike Torabini. His character's name is Dom Mazzetti.
Oh, both so Italian.
Very Italian. And he was from New York, so he was in New York at the time.
Hey,
he was actually in New York when you and I lived in New York, and then he moved out to LA and met Brad.
Oh, we're so sorry.
But like, he straight up said it. He was like, he did a whole video out of character, so as Mike, talking about Black Lives Matter, and he was like, if you say something ignorant in my comments, I'll snap back into character real quick and get you together. Just didn't care. So I'm like, why was he so unafraid? And then Brad's over here like, Some people grow down to the lowest common denominator instead of growing up to their better selves.
And I don't math, and I understood that.
It's like, I want you to do better. Like, this is not the same Brad who, when I was reeling from the death of my mom and I tweeted him for advice on how to move forward because he had lost his father when he was young, you know, and he tweeted me back. This is not the same Brad. So, and I don't want to be that fan. It's like, Brad's changed. Like, I don't want to stop supporting him, but am I going to have to be the one to call him on this? Maybe I'll make a video. He'll probably never see it because he never saw the one I did about thanking him about helping me get through my mother's death. But maybe I do need to make a video about it.
Bradley Paytas.
It's like, Bradley Martin, you got to stop. Maybe he'll come through.
Maybe.
Well, no, not now because he's got COVID.
Oh, that's right. He ain't coming through anywhere or anything for that matter.
But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I will make a video about my disappointment in Brad because, you know, and like I said, it's not even about his shyness with saying Black Lives Matter. It's just the person that I've seen. Like, I started feeling weird about him, like when he started hanging out with Logan Paul, and I was like, that man is nowhere near your age. What are you doing? Actually, no. Logan Paul was like what, 24, and Brad's 31. I'm like,
just look for the video that's titled "The Day I Was Bradley Minished."
oh,
I don't know if that's what she's going to call it. Don't listen.
that's not what I'm going to call it.
It's probably not.
But I'll figure it out because it sucks to see. Like, I didn't even do his workouts, but I would watch his content because of just the positivity and the motivation that came from him. And now I'm not even seeing that anymore. And it's sad, but maybe I'll dive into a video and maybe he'll see it. Not that it'll do anything, but you never know. If he says something stupid on Twitter, then I'll go ahead and be like, all right.
That'll be the key.
Be like, all right, let me set this laptop up. Dear Bradley Martin. That'll probably be what I call it.
Dear Bradley Martin.
It's like, Dear Bradley Martin.
Wait, is that what you said when you were doing the Trisha Paytas film?
No, the Trisha Paytas was not TF today, Trisha. That was the first one. But we'll see. I still have to do a video, which I'll get up this weekend, about not having sex for a year and how that has shaped my thoughts as far as relationships and sexuality.
No?
What even was that?
It's phallical.
Phallical. It's phallic.
No, because if anyone can take this, that's magical right there. Guardian.
Put it down.
Okay. It's not like I was stroking it on screen.
Oh my God, no. Thank God. He would have. But anyway.
No, because he wouldn't even be in the shot.
Oh, well, you're right. Not on camera. You're right. So what else? Tanya, AJ. What else shall we talk about today?
Do you have a list?
No, I was going to talk about...
Did you talk about Chris? Did you talk about Evans? And did you talk about them together?
Oh my God. I am trying to be good. I talked about the bracelet. I talked about the ring. We're good. Actually, I had to rebuy this ring. I couldn't find the one that I moved with, but this one's too big. It's a size 10. And it's sliding off my finger.
I understand that you say you don't want to be talking about Chris too much. But the truth of the matter is, like, she can do this all day.
Please, God, never let him see these videos. He probably will if he gets bored one day. If somebody...
Ain't no sunshine when she gone.
I am so sorry to everybody who really wanted me to love that movie. I just couldn't. Because there was so much... Watch my review. Watch my review on Sunshine. But what did Cam say? I hadn't even remembered that he was in Scott Pilgrim. I haven't seen it in forever. You know, that's a question I wanted to bring up for those of you who watch my reviews. Do I have to review all of Scott Pilgrim? Do I have to sit there and watch the whole movie? Because I've seen it before. And Chris is only in, like, that was one of the things I was going to do, is I was actually going to sit there and time how long he's on screen and put that in my review. I think he's in the film for all of, it couldn't be more than 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes.
Oscar-winning performance. Is it Oscars? Films?
Yes.
Oscars. Yeah.
Grammys for music.
And Tonys are musicals.
Yes. Well, Broadway.
Or Broadway. Acting, live acting.
But I don't know if I don't want to do a whole review of the whole movie, but because I also want to stop that right now.
What, this?
I also want to talk about, because Michael Cera and Chris worked together again on Broadway. Thank you for bringing that up. In Lobby Hero. So what I was going to do, I don't want to do a review of Lobby Hero because I saw it 2 years ago and I don't remember a lot of it other than Chris played a dick cop. But yeah, he pulled a Sean B. This was the bit of bittest parts for him.
You can call it Chris Evans versus the Scott Pilgrim movie.
I don't know if because literally, like, I'm reviewing these movies to talk about, like, Chris's performance and how I feel he's grown as an actor, and also to tell people to watch movies of Chris's that aren't in the MCU so that you see that he is actually a well-rounded actor with range and why I adore him so much and stand his talent. But
how long was he in the film again?
At least 5 minutes.
Isn't that a game? 5 minutes in Chris Evans.
It's 7 minutes of heaven, but I liked what you were saying. Oh God. But that's been a conundrum for me. I'm like, do I watch? I mean, I'm going to watch the whole movie.
You have to watch The Losers next.
If I pull it from the cup.
Which you probably will now that it's in
the ether.
The ether.
I own the Losers. I have it on DVD.
There you go.
Because I would love a detailed video on Chris. What do you mean, sweetheart? Like a biography? Because I don't want to. If you add the time his name is up on the credits. I do want to talk about...
That's funny.
I do want to talk about Lobby Hero in that review too. So I'll I don't know. I'll put up a poll on Twitter and on my community tab.
Has he done any voiceover work for animated features?
He did TMNT, where he was the voice of Casey Jones, which is, I think, the only movie of his that I'm leaving out because it was voice work.
So here's your honorable mention, TMNT, where he was
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
So, I don't know. I'll put it up on my community tab, and I'll put up a poll on Twitter if I should do a review of the entire movie, or if I should just talk about Chris's performance, his little 5-minute performance in the movie, and then go into Lobby Hero as well.
I want him to do a musical. Oh wait, he is.
Yeah.
He's gonna be.
Well, it's rumored. Shop. It's just rumored that he's doing Little Shop.
Oh, I thought it was set. He was going to be the dentist.
Well, yeah, but he neither confirmed nor denied. He just put up an emoji of a tooth and retweeted the story of him being in talks to play the dentist.
If they do a new live action reboot or whatever of Little Shop of Horrors with him as the dentist. And who are they getting supposedly for Seymour?
I think Taron Egerton.
They, because he's older now.
Yeah.
Should get Rick Moranis for Mushnik.
Oh, wow. He is coming out of retirement. He is coming out of retirement now that his kids are grown.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Voiceovers do highlight acting chops. Think about.
Yeah, because they have to be able to emote and make you feel for the character one way or another just by using their voice.
I don't think that TMNT would be another one where I think he's only in the movie for like a few minutes. But I'll add it to the list because Tanya said I should. Oh my goodness, that was him in The Losers. Yeah, that was him. And
like
also,
the angle of the dangle. That was my favorite line of his in the film.
I also would like to point out that Zoe Saldana has this horrible habit of working with men that I want to work with. She's been in movies with Chris. She loved up on Javier Bardem again in The Losers. No, Jeffrey D. Morgan in The Losers. Who else has she been in movies with? Dave Bautista.
Lots of Marvel.
Lots of Marvel. Like, it's not fair. She keeps being in movies with my men. It's just, I think she was in a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. I can do a dedicated video on Chris about like when I got into him. At the end of the series, at the end of the whole, I've told that story. At the end of the More Than Marvel series, I will do a dedicated video if I get my damn Skype call. So, I mean, I'm not going to say, please tweet my reviews to Chris.
Hey, Chris. Dare you see her?
I've listened to that today.
You listened to it? She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her.
Okay.
And you don't know. You know why.
I know why.
You kiss the face.
So here's the funny thing that we were laughing about. It was the last night or the night before.
Pick a night.
Pick a night. Chris loves Disney. Wanted to be a Disney animator. I would love to see some of his drawings.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see his artwork too.
I would love to see it. But so he loves Disney movies, loves Disney films. And one of his favorites.
You start barking at the door.
One of his favorites is The Little Mermaid.
Hey.
I cannot stand The Little Mermaid.
But why?
Ariel irritates me to the highest level of irritation. So I feel like if Chris and I were to get together, like that would be how he would, like if I lost a bet, he'd be like, all right, if I win, you have to watch Little Mermaid with me. But yeah, it's that. So the funny thing about Kiss the Girl is Haley Atwell, she played Peggy Carter in the MCU and in Agent Carter. She said that there was a day on set where she snuck into Chris's dressing room.
Oh.
She snuck into his dressing room. And he started singing very loudly, Kiss the Girl. And she recorded him. And then he stopped singing. And then she pressed play. And she was like, I had never heard a man scream so loud in my life. I don't know if she said scream or scream that high. I was like, does he squeal? Because that'd be hilarious.
It's like find a way to set them up for a little lunch date interview, and they'll be like, how the heck did you pull this off? And I'll be able to smile evilly and be like, my dear, sweet child, it's what I do. It's what I live for. Helping poor, unfortunate souls like yourself.
I do like when AJ sings Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Body language. Ha!
But that's it. and I do like the Under the Sea. I like the Under the Sea sequence. But the movie as a whole, you cannot pay me. Yes, they did. They cast Halle of Chloe and Halle fame, whose album I've been playing on repeat. They cast her as Ariel in the live action. I need Disney to stop with the live action remakes, though. I'm tired. Mm-hmm. I saw Cinderella as a.
I did not actually.
I actually liked that one. And the prince in that one looks like Sebastian Stan, but I know it's not because he's too short. Sebastian Stan is 6 foot. You should have heard Ben squeal when he saw Jujubi was on All Stars. Oh my goodness, we have not watched Our Stars at all.
We haven't even watched the last season of Drag Race.
Yeah. I love Jujubee. Jujubee is from Boston.
You can't escape the Boston people.
You know what's funny? Okay, so I love Jujubee. Jenna Marbles is, well, she's not from Boston. She's from upstate New York, but she went to college and lived in Boston before she moved out to LA.
Oh, that's why she's irritating.
You will not disrespect Queen Jenna on my channel.
Queen Jenna?
Queen Jenna.
Queen
She's
Jenna.
queen of YouTube.
She is a princess at best.
No, she's Queen Jenna. She's the queen of YouTube.
And she's going to sick her dog on me. I'm going to ironically get attacked by a carpet. It's funny because I'm a big Henson fan and the dog's name is Kermit. Okay.
Meanwhile,
I'm kidding, Jenna, if you see this film. I don't know if you're going to see this film, but I'm kidding.
I would love to meet Jenna. And Julian. They are precious and must be protected at all costs.
Like Betty White.
But yeah. Damn, now that's something I want my Skype call. And then an in-person meeting. So that's what I'm gonna put out into the universe.
Then she's gonna see him in person. He's gonna be like, "We should do a Skype call because I have to fly away tonight." And then you get your Skype call and your personal meeting.
Oh, he made it seem like he was gonna like run away from me.
No. Like if he's visiting here,
well, he went into here.
Him.
He has a house in the Hollywood Hills and he has a house in Boston.
What's the next topic?
I'm trying to figure that out. We've been on for an hour. So, well, I've been on for an hour.
You should have. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Tanya's in Australia.
Wow. Cool.
Yep. Evans does sing. Yeah. I've never heard anything bad about him. I've never heard him or
Keanu.
Yeah. Keanu, I've heard, is just a great guy. Everybody loves Chris.
And Hugh.
The funny thing is, like, you see pictures of Chris and like all of his male co-stars, like Robert Downey Jr. and Daniel Craig, like love upon him. So I'm like, he's got to be a good dude. If straight men are like, I just need to be all up on you and love upon you.
Now look what you've done. Okay.
So I feel like, I mean, and Chris's love of Black women is well documented. So I feel like that's an
sometimes
edge
he just wants more.
See, you know what? I'm just saying. I really like my makeup today. I don't want to wash it off.
Higher from Down Under. I always liked the idea of maybe one day visiting Australia, but I also don't like bugs at all, or snakes, or things that can kill me. And I've seen so many videos of the animals and creatures that live out there outside of humanity. And it just looks like I'm better off playing Jumanji, because it looks like all I have to do is just take one wrong step and I will be bitten, stung, or attacked by something. And that'll be the end of me. Is it true? Is it as dangerous, like wildlife-wise, out in Australia as I theorize from the videos I've seen?
Oh, Scott's posting about Juneteenth.
Aww.
Of my brother-in-law. Anyway, please come. You can all stay with me. I'm good with dealing with the wildlife.
So is that a confirmation?
I would love to visit Australia. It just takes too long to fly there. That's literally an entire day on a plane, 24 hours.
Oui.
So.
Well, if we have the money one day, we'll do it.
Well, never mind. One of my YouTube crushes lives out there too, but he's a baby.
They do make them very pretty in Australia.
They do.
And
I've shown you my Australian. Well, he's actually South African, but lives in Australia. I've shown you his picture. Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Luke Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows I exist because he's liked my tweets where I called him cute. I think he just needs that
Of course, this isn't the guy that's on the tag, is it?
What tag?
The ultimate tag?
No, that's Travis.
Oh, sorry.
Who lives here in LA.
I get so lost in all these white names.
Can we do it? Did we talk about Ultimate Tag last week?
I don't remember. Did we?
Oh, we didn't even watch. We haven't been watching it.
And we've been fine without it.
I know, right? Because it's boring.
It's tag mixed with gladiators.
American gladiators doing parkour.
Basically.
Favorite movies not starring Chris Evans?
Muppets Take Manhattan.
Okay, I'll give you my top 5.
Oh, we're doing 5? Okay.
Well, because I'm greedy. My top 5 movies that have nothing to do with Chris Evans. Kill Bill, Volumes 1 and 2. Godfather 1 and 2, and Goodfellas. There's some latent aggression in here somewhere because those are all very violent movies.
Latent?
I'm not an aggressive person.
You just hit my diabetic foot in video.
Because
you're not a violent person, Tay?
I'm not a violent person.
Huh?
I haven't stabbed you.
There are different levels of violence, as has been displayed in every Tom and Jerry cartoon. So,
I'm not a violent person.
Now look, see, the color on the screen is flickering because of the lights. It's like, you were wrong. Tell the truth.
I'm not violent. I'm just expressive. Intense, but yeah, good movies. What about AJ? Your favorite movies?
Let's see. If I'm doing top 5, well, I'm a big Henson fan, but honestly, the one that I can watch forever and a day is Muppets Take Manhattan. Mm-hmm. The first Incredibles.
Yeah, yes. I could do a whole nother list on like Disney Pixar movies, but yeah.
I would have to say, let's see, Beetlejuice. Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, that was my favorite childhood movie growing up.
As vulgar as that movie is.
I know.
But I'm not going to lie, like, I still have a crush on Michael Keaton. So he can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned.
Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. And Danny DeVito as the Penguin. I just liked those two. Mm-hmm. And let's see, if I had to pick a 5th one, I'm going to have to say Avengers Endgame. Because with everybody brought back and assembled and stuff, just that epic fight scene at the end was enough for me.
Okay, there's a good discussion we can have. Do you think that Infinity War is a better movie than Endgame?
I kind of see them as one gigantic movie.
Right.
Because you can't...
Because they were...
Yeah.
Basically one... So Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2.
Right. So this is just, Infinity Game. Avengers of Infinity Game, because you can't have Endgame without what happened in Infinity War. I can't really confirm or deny that Infinity was better than Endgame. I just know the reasons why I liked Endgame more than Infinity.
Endgame definitely had more moments, like that moment where...
The opening moment,
which was supposed to be at the end. I read somewhere it was supposed to be at the end of Infinity War. But
really?
Yeah, Infinity War was so long that they were like, okay, but they needed that scene to show why...
To connect it to, yeah.
They needed that scene to show why Hawkeye went on his rampage.
As Ronin, yeah.
Yeah, you do have to watch both together. Actually, I spent Christmas with Liam and his boyfriend, and they were like, oh, let's watch Infinity War. I'm like, how dare you? Because Endgame hadn't come out yet. So my heart was still hurt. But...
I think that's one reason why I like Endgame over Infinity War, because of the way Infinity War ended. Even though we were all expecting it, we knew it was going to happen, that Thanos was going to finger snap and people were going to disappear. but it just left you with like this epic film that you just saw, and at the end you're just like,
oh. That was the only Marvel movie that I walked out of where nobody clapped once the credits started. Mm-hmm. Everybody was too in shock.
Yep.
But I think
at the moment that hammer flew to Mr. Evans in the second half.
Exactly. Endgame had more moments. Like that moment that Mjolnir flies into Captain America's hand.
Meow meow.
Where you hear Falcon saying, "Cap, on your left."
Aww.
And then you see T'Challa and Shuri and Queen Mother walking out. Or no, Okoye. It's Okoye.
Okoye. Yeah.
And she, because I just love Angela Bassett and I want her in all the things. And she walks, and then you see all of Wakanda, and then you see the Guardians, and you see Spider-Man. Like those moments are epic.
Mr. Stark, we were on a red planet, and they told us that we all died, but now we all came back and hug. Oh,
this is nice.
This is nice.
I love Tom Holland.
The look in Tony Stark's face. I couldn't keep it together.
Like they're more memorable. I mean, there's
and then there are people out there who will say that the comic book movies have destroyed the music industry. I mean, the movie industry. Sorry,
they've not.
People still say
they're just jealous because they're what's popular right now, or were. Because nobody's making movies right now, so we don't know what's popular right now.
That's true.
Oh, but because everything's halted. I tend to think that Infinity War was kind of structured better in terms of the storytelling because it had to build up the way that it did for Endgame. I also prefer Captain America's look in Infinity War.
Why is that?
Because I'm a fan of Chris with the long hair and the
beard. You're talking about the bounty paper towel look.
No bullshit. When they panned in Endgame and show Steve shaving, I growled. I was upset. I was like, Now, Chris is one of the few men that I love clean shaven and bearded, but bearded Chris Evans is undefeated.
I like a medium. I'll take, if I were to, well, you've seen 5 o'clock
Scott with a
shadow.
You've seen Scott with a beard, though.
Yeah, no.
Both of them are pretty.
Did I say they were ugly? No. How dare you insinuate, Tay?
I like them both with the beard.
That's wonderful for you. The question was for me. You asked me.
I said the unbearded Chris Evans was undefeated, and you were like,
And then you asked.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Rewind that beautiful cut footage.
Bearded Chris Evans gave me appreciation for facial hair. See? Tanya knows, and Tanya's a married woman.
I like stubble. And
certain men, like Henry. We're gonna bring up Henry. Henry with 5 o'clock. Henry with a full beard. It took a long time for me to get on board with. Mm-hmm. But 5 o'clock shadow goatee Henry Cavill.
Thank you.
Delish. Chris, like that Chris right there.
But he grows out his facial hair really weird. Like they needed a computer to make it work.
No, he had the mustache for Mission Impossible, and they had to
digitally remove it for Superman.
That's
that I like.
Yeah,
but that's not what he had in
Endgame. No, but
in Infinity War.
I was there for that though. Ooh, no madcap. Yes, I always said
he had like the Scottish Terrier thing going on.
I was here for it though.
What is it, Danny?
101 Dalmatians. Yes, I should watch that this weekend. Like, ooh.
You can't. You have to watch your Chris Evans film.
It's a 2-hour movie. I'm going to have more than 2 hours this weekend. Let me see. I'm on Pinterest adding pictures of Chris to my board.
Do you want to talk about that?
What? My Pinterest board?
No. About you trying to give up certain addictions?
Oh, my phone. Okay, so hold on. Where is it?
I mean, that's just an idea of what to talk about.
So, with everything going on in the world, I've been trying to limit how often I'm on my phone because it's just not good for my mental health to continually see
all that negativity,
all of the negativity and not even the infighting, just to see like the videos and the commentary. It's just not good. So I've been trying to limit how often I go on social media, how often I pick up my phone. I actually installed an app that tells you your screen time. I think I'm up to 9 hours.
That you spent on your phone?
That I spent on my phone today. And oh, Jesus. Why does he look so pissed?
Why are you so turned on right now?
I know, right? Okay, but so I've been trying to.
What was that about aggression? Come here, give me a hug.
Oh my God, my nephew turns 16 next weekend. I need to call him next weekend.
Put the phone down.
But sorry, see now I'm just looking at Chris. I'm sorry. No, I picked up my phone specifically to look up on my board to the Infinity War Captain America. I can't spell infinity.
Just type in forever.
Yeah, like that right there.
Mm-hmm.
This. That hair, that beard. There are two looks.
They can't see it.
There are two looks that I want. Let me get this here. Oh, can y'all see that?
Not with that glare.
Okay, so like that's the two looks I want Chris to have if we do marry.
Because he's only allowed two.
I want him either. Well, there's variations. Either buzz cut, clean shaven, buzz cut and beard, or long hair and beard. So that's 3. See this walk right here. That anyway, we're putting the phone down now. Oh no, you're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna put it.
I'm
under
gonna
the
put
pillow.
it over.
No,
right
we're gonna
here.
put it under the pillow.
You still have access to it.
No, I'm not gonna touch it for the remainder of the live. So yeah.
What, the whole 20 minutes?
Chris is one of those guys who's beautiful and doesn't know he's beautiful.
I think he knows.
Scott, on the other hand. I would love to take a Vogue class with Scott Evans.
I don't know why thinking of the stories that Chris has told about Scott on TV live and stuff.
About him going to the bathroom on himself.
The first thing I think of is like, I'm sure Scott thinks that he's like, you know, so awesome looking when he's not urinating on himself. I don't mean that to be assholeish, but Chris is the one that told the stories.
Well, the second time he told on himself.
That's true.
But it just seems like the fact that there was more than one "I've gone to the bathroom on myself" story. But again,
he should have that looked at.
Scott was a little boy, so
not when he was older.
Not the first story. He was like, we were like 9 or 10, but he was just following Chris because he loves his older brother.
Oh.
I find it really interesting though that Chris is a Gemini and Scott is a Libra. So they're both air signs, which means I would get along with both of them. Because I'm a fire sign, and fire needs air to burn.
Well, that is true.
They could
in the end, Zuko did help Aang. And the Fire Nation, the leader of the Fire Nation, he did assist the air nomads and Avatar. And so she who wears red.
I'm an Aries, I'm a fire sign. I actually fear that though with him.
What, firebending?
No. With like, if I ever mention my sign, like he strikes me as the type of person that like wouldn't care about that shit at all.
Well, it depends if you make it into a joke. I still use the one that Uma Thurman used in Batman and Robin. What's your sign? Mine is slippery when wet.
Well, I wouldn't be like that girl. Like, remember when we went to House of Brews and we saw that couple on their first date.
Oh, the one that kept on staring at you while he was on the date with the sad woman?
Well, he didn't stare at me until she went to the bathroom. Because, okay, so this couple was on their first date. AJ and I were at our table, and we're trying to eat brunch because we'd been there for brunch with Gigi and Y. And we were like, well, let's just try their brunch regularly. It wasn't good. So they must make special stuff for us.
They put crack on the food.
Some.
And then there's the unlimited mimosas.
Some. But there was this really, really pretty guy and this pretty girl on the, you could tell it was on their first date because they were kind of nervous.
This is pretty guy. Yeah, the girl.
She was pretty. I had to kind of remember her face in my head. She was pretty. And
she was a Becky. I don't know.
But she started talking about astrology, and not just like, you know, just mentioning casually like, oh, I'm a Capricorn or anything like that. She was like, well, you know, when Venus is in, you know, the 11th
when the moon
house,
is in the second house and Jupiter aligns
and
with
then
Mars.
She was like literally like one of those type of people that uses their astrology sign to explain everything about their personality. And it's like, you can't do that on the first date, dear. You got to ease them into that. Because she's like, you know,
you wait until a ring's on the finger and then.
I mean, we're not going to be like Anastasia Beverly Hills out in here saying, oh, we can't sign contracts until Mercury is out of retrograde.
We do not do new business until third quarter.
Which is funny because Mercury retrograde started yesterday. But, yeah. So I'm like, I say I'm an Aries all the time. I wouldn't believe in astrology if I wasn't the epitome of my sign. But I don't, you know, live my life by it. But it's fun. And it's like, it's interesting sometimes. Sometimes it's freaky because it does hit the nail on the head. But, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't base decisions on it. And I'm not like going to be on a date like, you know, we didn't work because he was a Gemini and I'm this. Like, but that's the way this girl was talking to this guy. I'm like, you've known him for 20 minutes, sweetheart. Calm down. So she got up to go to the bathroom and there was a song playing that, you know, because of the amount of melanin in my skin, you wouldn't expect me to know. So I'm just kind of singing it and I'm looking over at him because I'm nosy. And he looks over at me and smiles. And part of me wanted to smile and wave, but I'm like, he's on a date, and that would be rude.
You could have rescued that poor soul.
I know. That's one of two stories where I'm like, what if? What if I had made a different decision in New York? But, oh, that's a good story time. The guy, the luchador.
Oh, yeah.
The British guy.
Me Corazon.
The British guy that I met at Maracas.
Oh, Maracas.
After getting back with my boyfriend, who is now my ex-boyfriend, who is getting married next year, whose wedding I'm in. I wonder if that's my life. I need to call Daniel, see how he's doing, considering he doesn't know what. Anyway.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people I need to call. But yeah. So that would be a good story time. I want to make content. I want my joy to not be stolen from me so I can have my energy, so I can sit down and be pretty and be bubbly and do these videos. So we'll see.
Bubbly. All I imagined was that scene from Moulin Rouge. What is it like? Wilting flower? Bright and bubbly? For smoldering temperatures. I'd say smoldering temperatures.
Oh, this is a good question. Of course, Cam. When it comes to marriage, do you all have opinions on how long you should date before marrying? I'm going to let you start.
Why? Who knows how long it's going to be until I can get married?
What do you mean, can?
I mean...
Well, you're dating somebody.
I am dating somebody.
And have been for months now.
Yeah. This is... you wanted us to slow down.
I did.
And here's the quarantine. So, yeah, we're taking it slow.
Yeah. So is it like 3 months now?
Since the beginning of February?
So 4 months. 4.5 months, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when did it become like serious?
I think about
the second night.
No. No. Probably would have, but we were both too scared.
Okay.
So I would say either at the end of the February or maybe a week or two into March.
Okay.
Is when we decided to be an official couple.
Okay. But
as far as like marriage goes,
like how long would you feel comfortable dating him and then being like, okay, this is what I want. Let's have the conversation.
I would say maybe like 8 or 9 months to a year.
Okay.
Because if you're better question, when you are dating somebody, how long period of your time do you think someone would need to spend with another person in order to make that decision that they want to spend that life with them?
Well,
how much time do you need to figure someone out?
Well, I want to bring him up, but he's right. My brother told me that a man knows pretty quickly if he could spend the rest of his life with a woman.
Because look at John. My John. He went on one date with Lynn, and for whatever reason, that very night knew that was the woman that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with.
I feel like John just really wanted to be married. Because I remember there were so many, they were complete opposites.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, she likes to do this. And like every time you told me about him, it just felt like he was on uneasy ground.
Mm-hmm.
And because she didn't walk away, he was like, well, this one must be the one.
Well, they were also, even though they had different interests, they were also like on the same page religiously.
I feel like that was the big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you were right, little one.
So I would think if you are spending enough in-person time with this person, you should be able to tell in about a month or less, I would think. Because if you're really clicking, your brain is already skyrocketing to the future. Like, can I see myself with this person?
Right. So
I would say maybe a month or 2 months, if you really want to give it extra time to see if you're waiting for like another shoe to drop. Because let's face it.
Well, like I think what Cameron is asking is, how long would you be with somebody before? Like, do you think that you should date somebody for a year, 2 years, 3 years before putting a ring on it?
Mm. I would if I wanted to like wait it out, I would say a year.
Okay.
If I was a year with somebody and I still was not sure, I would let it go.
Right. Good.
If not before then. But if I'm like always having that happy butterfly in the stomach, hi.
Love her.
If I
were king of the forest.
Just come here.
Hey, Alexia.
Come here. I want to show people something. Okay. Look at this face.
Look at the pancake face.
Now, when we walk into the front door, she loses her marbles out of joy and happiness for seeing us, because we are her favorite humans, auntie, uncle, and daddy. So if just by entering the room or at first glance, seeing this person that you've been dating, and you get the same reaction or that same feeling inside each and every time, I think that is a tell that, and if it's mutual,
yes,
then this is someone that you can you can definitely see yourself spending your life with, that you want to marry, you want to put up the ring on it, and you just see nobody else.
Right.
I want to say that I do get that feeling with Eric every time.
I love you guys together.
I'm so happy that I found this man on the strangest of dating apps of all things. But even when we are I don't want to say Skyping, but we don't use the Skype app. When we're video chatting before bed, just to wish each other, a good night and maybe game together. Or if he sends me a video of his frustration with his job, and because he works in customer service, and whatever call he gets and he's telling me about it, I don't even have to push play on the video, or the moment he appears on my phone screen, and I just see that face, and I'm just like,
I love that for you.
So, and this is, like you said, 4.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still feeling that. So
yeah.
I can easily see myself still feeling that, like, months to come. And certainly my brain has already, like, imagined moments of our future together where, we will be older and living together and probably cosplaying and going to theme parks and just enjoying each other's company and making whatever rest of our lives that we have enjoyable and worth living.
See, for me, I remember telling my brother that if I was with somebody for 3 years and we had not even had a conversation about marriage, I'd be out. But I've never been in a relationship that's lasted longer than a year. So I think that I would have to wait until we hit that 2-year mark for me to be like, okay, and now I wait. Because I know there's a rising number of women who propose to their men, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. That's what feminism is having the choice to do that. Yeah, she
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why she came over to beg for forgiveness. But I think I would have to be with somebody for 2 years before I felt comfortable enough in the relationship to. I need to feel secure in the relationship, because the last two.
After a handful or less of any amount of failed relationships, I think it chips away at the romanticism, and it just makes you more cautious.
Yeah.
And even jaded.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely there, because I'm just like, but it's been a good thing, because I've had dudes like pop up out of nowhere, dudes I went to high school with or whatever, and just like try to wax poetic and tell me that I'm the love of their life or whatever. And I'm like, before I would swoon, and now I'm just like, now I'm good. Words aren't winning me over right now.
You are the sun, the moon, the sky, and you have been smoking something.
Exactly. It's like, can I get the strain that you smoke? Because I want to feel that good, be that delusional. But honestly, and this is kind of off topic, I wouldn't have wanted to marry me, the woman that I was a few years ago. I would say the woman I was before Will, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to marry. I think that relationship really, and the way it ended, really woke me up. And that's going to be one of the things I talk about in my my Year Without Sex video, because I've received a lot of healing and a lot of lessons about that former relationship. That was over 2 years ago. And looking at how I went into the relationship, the mindset that I went into the relationship with, realizing red flags that I ignored, like going back, like, I should have left then. That I should have been strong enough to leave then. The woman I am now is so kick-ass and so sure of herself. And I mean, I have my moments of insecurity, obviously, but like, I'm looking at myself in the monitor, and I'm just like, I look so flabby. But I like who I am now. This is the most evolved version of me that I've ever been. Obviously, that comes with age and time.
Who's that Pokemon? Most evolved version of.
But I think I'd be a kick-ass wife now. But the woman I was, oh God, even the woman I was when I was with Daniel, I would have driven him crazy. Not that he didn't drive me crazy. He's grown up and he's a wonderful person. But we know now that we aren't compatible in that way, but we're great friends. And that's why I'm in his wedding. Yeah, the woman I was in my 20s, because I still had this really romanticized version of marriage and what I thought I would need in a partner and in a marriage. It was just like, yeah, no. I know, I feel, I don't, they say that your greatest joy comes after your biggest mistake. And I'm like, I deserve Chris after this. I'm sorry. I deserve after dealing with Will and then John after that.
Yeah.
And Ed.
Oh, I forgot.
John, Ed, Will, Ed, and John. After those 3 in a row.
That was your Tom, Dick, and Harry.
I'll tell y'all about those in the video. But after dealing with those 3 dudes, it's like, yeah, I deserve my, I don't want to say my happy ending, because sometimes a happy ending doesn't involve your Prince Charming. I want mine, damn it. Okay. You told me that. And that's one of the things that always comes back into my head whenever we talk about partners. And you're like, you deserve a Prince Charming. You deserve somebody who could come into, the room and light it up and charm the panties off a nun. That's what I want. I want somebody that, like, one of my dreams, especially as I've gotten older and, getting too old to go to the club, is I want to have house parties. I want to invite people over. I think I read an interview where Chris said that he invited people over to his house for karaoke. And
I want to go.
Right? And I'm like, I would love to do that. I would love to have a big screen set up and have like the microphones and drinks and, a whole like Pizza Hut feast or whatever.
We'd have a Mario Party fest.
Right? And I would want somebody who loves to host that stuff with me. Just sit down and having the friends there, and we're either singing karaoke or doing rhythm games and Mario Party or playing Mario Kart and getting angry at each other.
Who threw that shell?
Exactly. It's like,
I was right there.
It's like I was in first place and then you threw the bomb. How fucking dare you? Ending friendships, playing Uno, that type of stuff. If you don't have any place to go for Thanksgiving, like, come to the house.
I just kind of want to see what's going to happen.
Sorry, my cat jumped on a chair that Pancakes is sitting on, and this epic stare down is my everything right now. Princess. I know you hear me. I hear that. I see that ear moving. Exactly. Stand down, madam.
Her dog is just like this.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Down.
Now, if the dog can lay down too, you're gonna live in peace.
Cakes. She's on high alert because my cat likes to swipe at Pancakes when Pancakes is lying on my bed.
Or walking down the hall, or breathing.
Existing. There you go. Good girl. Thank you. She's like, you're safe now, child.
That is one big loaf of cat.
It's a lot of cat. She chunk. But, yeah. Like, I want somebody, like, talk about it again. I'm an extrovert, as you all know. Chris is an introvert.
Who?
So I wonder how that would work, because he's a homebody, and I'm the type of girl that I'm like, I will get dressed up and be like, I don't care if I'm just going to the grocery store. I'm going to make it an event. Especially now. I'm like, I'm leaving the house.
Yeah. These.
Oh, my fiance, Shia. Shia and I never made it to the altar.
No. Hila buffed it up.
He looks great now. And now he's sane again. So
Is he?
my heart, yes. But you know, that's how it usually works out. Like the spendthrift always ends up with the penny pincher. The person who's always on time ends up with the person who is always late. The extrovert usually ends up with the introvert. And that's so they can balance each other's energies out. That's kind of what I want. I feel like I need to be
Pancakes.
I need to be balanced.
Hey.
I need to learn that sometimes it's okay. Well, I know it's okay to stay home. I've found ways to entertain myself. I need to find ways to entertain myself that don't involve me being on my phone for 8 hours straight.
Here.
But
Away from the door.
What are you doing? Oh,
Trying to make sure that she doesn't start barking at whatever is outside the door.
but we'll see. I deserve my Chris, not the Chris, but somebody that
Chris in shining boxers. Oh, you know what? Let her go to the door.
Yeah, but I would like my greatest joy after my biggest mistake, because I had 3 mistakes right in a row. But well, I'll talk about that in the video, because I was just like, well, I know why Ed happened, and John was really supposed to be just a one-time thing, but he decided to act a fool. Anyway, so yeah, I think I would need to be in a relationship solidly for 2 years, because I'm scared to bring it up now, because except for the last one, I brought up marriage all the time. I was like, after the 6-month mark, I'm like, yep, it's time to start having those talks. Oh, God. Now I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it until we've hit our 2nd anniversary as a couple. Unless, and a lot of people are like, I had a coworker, or have a coworker, I just haven't seen her since quarantine. She's been like, if you had an amazing connection with somebody, would you marry them sooner? I'm like, no. I am so scared to jump the gun now. Just, we gonna wait. We gonna take this nice and slow.
I know that I won't be able to handle a marriage anytime soon, mostly because I think of like the finances that would have to go into just maintaining a living with another person, even with combined funds. So be like, I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but we can't afford a Happy Meal right now, let alone a wedding. So
well, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like I'm secure enough, but I just don't, I don't have a partner, and I don't know how I'm going to meet somebody, because I refuse to use dating apps. And that's how everybody meets. But I'm sorry, dating apps don't work for Black women. So, and all dating apps did was give me absolute anxiety. So,
like me with Mario Kart.
Let's just, I love Mario Kart.
She's gotten so much better.
Thank you. Because I stopped doing all of this.
She's learned how to drift. She's getting used to the jumps and the extra boosts. She knocked my butt out with a red turtle shell and got first place.
No, I hit you with the bomb.
Okay, then you blew me up and won.
I just don't know how, with as skilled as you are, you couldn't regain the lead.
I couldn't. I tried my hardest. With all the tricks and the other.
I still came.
Well, the other computers, they love knocking people back.
That's true. Well, I still only came in 2nd place in the entire cup. So.
But you're getting better.
Thank you.
You're making progress.
Thank you.
I'm proud of her.
Thank you. I love Mario Kart. But yeah. I would actually, that's one of the things that's been hardest through all of this is, and I put it on my Instagram stories, and it's like, I hate that I'm single while the world is burning down. Like, I know he's here, and I know our roommate Corey is here for me, but there's a layer of, I'm here to protect you, I've got your back, that you have with a romantic, you should have with a romantic partner. And I'm just like,
that's why they call it a partnership.
Yeah. Actually, I heard Sorry, I heard Chris talking about.
Who?
I heard him. He referred to a partner as his counterpart. Because they were. I think it was when he was doing press for his directorial debut Before We Go, and they asked him what kind of boyfriend he was, and he does the same thing I do, where it's like you'll think of what you're gonna say and bring it back. He was like, I like to. I'm not gonna say it that way. I like to have her wake up with a surprise. I was about to say I'd like to do things in the night. That sounds horrible. That sounds criminal. But so like he would like maybe draw something and leave it on the pillow next to her so she would wake up and see that.
Oh.
He's like, I like my counterpart to wake up to a surprise. I'm like, he's a self-proclaimed romantic. I'm just like, I want the Disney animator. I want the guy who's going to draw a picture of us, and that maybe that's how he proposed. Like he draws as different Disney characters.
Oh my God, if you guys get drawn as Naveen and Tiana.
Well, no, he can't draw himself as Naveen because Naveen has melanin, or higher concentration of melanin than Chris. I'm from Boston Evans. I don't even know.
Tan?
I don't know. I've never seen.
Can he spray tan?
I don't know. But I picture like, because I read somewhere that he did that for one of his girlfriends. Like they couldn't be together on her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So he drew a picture of them together and sent like
Fireworks.
It is nowhere near the 4th.
They're protesting fireworks.
Anyway, but he like sent a bunch of flowers to her house and I'm just like,
I don't see why he couldn't draw you as the two of you as Naveen and Tiana just because he can't tan. I mean, the same factor would stand if he drew the two of you as Belle and Beast.
True. He would probably Joss as Belle and the Beast because Beauty and the Beast is one of his favorites.
And yours too.
Indeed. He would probably agree to a Beauty and the Beast, but
we're down to 3 viewers.
Okay.
I think they fell asleep.
Yeah, because it's
relax.
You ready to throw hands, little miss? And yeah, we're over an hour and 45. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another Friday Night Live. Going to try, I'm not going to make any promises this week about content, except for there will be another More Than Marvel Monday video up.
She's going to do something.
Yeah, I will. Now that I've got a bit of my joy and a bit of my strength back, there will be content next week. But I'm not going to say it's going to be a Monday, Tuesday, none of that.
There will be consequences.
There will be content next week. You guys will see me more than once. So we are going to go ahead and sign off. I love you guys. Happy Juneteenth. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Safe. I know I sound like Jerry Springer. Tanya, get some rest, please. Please get some rest.
Why does she not rest?
She said that she's been working on a very big project at work and it's been taking out a lot of her energy. She's exhausted.
Oh, yes, please rest, Tanya.
And we will, I'll find a way to make more money so that we can save up and come to Australia to visit you.
Even if we have to fly luggage.
All right. But stay safe. I love you, 3000.
We know there are tons of lives
you could have been a part of today.
We humbly thank you
for coming to Slay.
With a side of
AJ.
There you go.
Bye, guys.